Good morning. Sunday, November 20th, 2022 here in Sarasota, Florida, approximately 11:45 in the morning. To the very few of you that I feel are resonating with energy on some level coming through me, I want to state how I am perceiving your willingness, your draw to watch anything that I put out there. I want to state how I'm receiving that. And I don't know this for certain because what little I get back in terms of any sort of feedback is very, very minor from a very, very few, and it's at a high general level. And I make that specification because it truly is not something I can express succinctly to how many directions I could share and to what degree of and how nuanced I could share in any one of those directions. And what I would love to begin happening is I would love and very much invite the very few of you that are being drawn to this energy coming through me to begin to give me some indication of, and the best way I can sort of put it out there is which storyline you are feeling like you're resonating with, have interest in hearing more about. And I haven't recently spoken of it in storylines. The way that I've recently spoken about it in the past few videos is via the 12 aspects of my character, or I should say 12 aspects of my character. They're not the only aspects of my personality, of my character. They're what I have identified as 12 specific parts of me that I feel are most activated in my world, in my reality. This exercise was initiated back in February, and it's still relevant here today. And so even if certain aspects I've only so far laid out 3 of those aspects: the silent giant, the leader, and the wounded child. Okay. I am hoping here I have 2 weeks remaining of the brunt of my 2022 event season. I bring that up because it is no small thing when I work these events, taking me out of my energy of my world of work and into the energy of any given event that I work. And each event has its own flavor, its own vibe. And even though I tend to work locally with the same people, relatively the same people, every single event has a very different specific feeling to it. This is one of the busier times of the season. The event worlds that I'm in is in triathlon and running, and really more running focused since I have not yet returned to the world of Ironman. I do not know that I ever will return to the world of Ironman as I was in it for the 6 years prior to the pandemic. So all of that has been going on. In addition, I need to also put out at a very high level, this is a very protected piece of my life, but it is so big, it's unbelievable. I have been renting a room in my home for the first time in the almost 10 years that I've been here. I've been renting my room to somebody, and it's not just anybody, it's somebody with whom I share a past, and a pretty deep, not so great past. And while I believe I made the right choice to allow this person to come in and rent a room for me in the short term, we're in our 4th month, it is definitely a drastic change for me, a drastic change, if only because I am not able to be, it's different. Anytime you're sharing your space with somebody, it's different. And as a highly sensitive being, I am, despite how much I work to keep my boundaries, to stay connected to who I am, when you're involved and sensitive with other people in any sort of close proximity, it can sometimes get very confusing, what's going on in the flow of energy. This has also been a not so small factor in my ability to do my work, because I am not yet able to do a recording like this with this person in the home. And he only works about 25 hours a week. And other than that, he's pretty much here. So unless I happen to be here and in the flow of, doing this, it just means that the timing of capturing my work in this way is to date for the past 4 months been just totally different than all the other time in the previous 10 years of having this YouTube channel. Okay, with that said, obviously I'm here alone right now and have a moment to try to capture a little bit of what, to take things, pick up from where I left off, but not only pick up from where I left off, speaking about the general topic of work through the lived experience of my 13 seasons at this organic farm in town. But I also wanted to open the door to these other storylines. And not so far back in my recent uploads, like going back, I'm not putting that much out there. I have not put that much out there in 2022. So it wouldn't take much to go back to find the videos that I'm going to reference, or more so the topics I want to reference right now. So this video today is really, I'm going to isolate like five different areas. And I invite the very, very, very few of you that watch these things all the way through, if you're drawn to any particular area, if you find that you want to hear more about what I feel I have to share, or that has a value to share about any one of these areas, I can't overstate how much that would help me, because the magnitude of what I'm capable of, the magnitude of what is out there for me to choose from to share is so vast. And to date, I have very little feedback of what, if anything, is resonating with people. And I also want to state here, one of the biggest underlying assumptions that I'm working with in my work is that I am not looking to have followers for the sake of, like, I am looking to live this. I am looking to live. I am sharing experiences of me trying to live in co-create. All I can say is an aligned, I don't know how to, I'm trying to live an authentic, aligned, independent, the version of reality that I'm working to create couldn't be more different than the version of reality that I found I was unable to resonate with and find a niche within, all the way up until what I refer to as my point of no return spiritual awakening. As of November 18th, 2010, everything shifted in my life. Everything shifted in my life because from that moment forward, my knowingness within of the existence and reality of something much bigger and vaster than I can possibly begin to explain with words was solidified. Call it God, call it universe, call it source, call it the cosmos. It is whatever it is, it's what animates creation. And I believe that we are here co-creating with it, okay? It is far beyond any one of us as any one individual, all right? I have, as of 10 years ago, I dedicated the rest of this life to working to, first and foremost, always align myself to that. So I'm aligning to this higher version, vaster version of reality. Let's call it this. And this is all, these words do not do justice to, you can't speak of this with words alone. You just can't. And I'm not really interested in trying to work to bring words to it. I'm interested in living this. And to me, this is bigger than our limited mainstream 3D world. This is more balanced than our limited version of reality in the 3D mainstream world. This is, and balanced, I mean more energetically, and let's, for simplicity's sake, just say balanced between masculine and feminine energies. Again, oversimplification, but I'm doing my best here. This is a representation of the greater truths. This is more accurately what what we are than what we've been led to believe in what I perceive to be a very limited, manipulated, controlled, disproportionately negative realm that our mainstream world is. Okay, so I'm working to go here, to align to this through my unique character. And when I share and open up parts of my lived experience in this medium of using the computer and the few social media networks I'm on, because I'm only on a few, I am doing so not seeking people to feed my individual life. I'm seeking to align to others that are working to do the same thing. And in the greater effort to begin co-creating and playing with these frequencies, with our power here. But that is a reality that it's got more transparency. It's got way more authenticity. It's got more honesty. It's not about what something appears to be on the surface. This is about what things are at their essences. This is about personal responsibility and personal accountability for your choices and for your life. This is not about being told from anything outside of you what your reality is. It's a different game. And I am looking to play this game with others in real life, not to necessarily do this in the computer realm. The computer realm, however, is the medium with which that we're working right now. And in an effort to get more to doing this in the real life, it would really help me through the computer network if the very few of you that watch could give me some indication of where your interest lies. Now, I know I have not done a good job of making any of this clear. I haven't even really given people a chance to comment. Right now, I think all they can comment on is the general energy. But this is me as of right now, today, November 20th, 2022, stating, okay, it's time for me to get serious, to stop being afraid of offending people, which I'm going to do. I'm going to offend. I'm going to trigger. Hey, if you get triggered, that's your thing. I'm not taking responsibility for other people's triggering. I know I'm going to trigger people the more authentic I am, the more open I am about my opinions and my thoughts and my beliefs and my experiences. It's going to trigger people. I have tiptoed around that and allowed myself to be small because I've been so concerned about upsetting others, and I can't do it any longer. I have to move forward, and part of me moving forward is not being afraid to state things more clearly and more directly. So that's what this video is intending to do. Okay, so I want to lay out 5 areas, all right? And I may, because I don't have a lot of time to speak on a daily basis, I may then continue to proceed and make separate videos of a little bit of each of these areas, but I don't know. Let's see how this goes. So the 5 areas that I want to put out. So I'm going to go with the one that is the oldest. The oldest of these 5 general areas is what I call my leap of faith experiment of energy. My leap of faith experiment of energy,